Today I'll be ranking fictional serial killers from absolute monsters, literally, to literal jokes. Starting at F tier list, we're going to put Chucky. It could make sense that a doll could hold you at gunpoint while you drive and then kills you later, but it does not make sense that you let a doll stab you with a stick. I mean, what's stopping you from kicking it across the room? So that does not do it for me, but it's a good scary movie for kids though. Moving up a little, at B we have Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. From the actual movie we actually learn that Patrick Bateman is not even a serial killer. He enjoys that he could be, he entertains the thought of that he could be a serial killer more than being an actual killer. But in this list, we are going to imagine if he was a serial killer and how he could be stopped. First of all, we have to understand that Patrick Bateman and his kills are messy. He does not think it through. He literally kills a homeless guy in a dark alley. So, I mean, that leaves a lot of trails that could eventually lead to him. He also kills a bunch of escort girls in his room. So, well, that pretty much summarizes how he'll get caught. He'll even get caught probably within 24 hours. So, not a good serial killer compared to who are on this list. Moving up a little to the C list. The C list, I have only two people. The lady from Strange Darling. I actually love the performance from Villa Fitzgerald. She's actually a good character that brought this monster of a woman into. At the start of the movie, we also learn that the serial killer is cold and calculated, but when you actually look at the movie, she's not that calculated. She literally just kills people for just thinking that they're going to snitch on her, so not that calculated of a person. She's literally just mentally ill, and we didn't see the most calculated part of her. Overall, the movie is great, but she's ever going to do serial killer stuff, she's only going to last at least a week. Same list, we have The Fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. The Big 25 movie is actually kinda sad because these people make the dumbest decisions known to mankind. They literally repeated the same mistake at the elevator scene. I mean, first of all, girl, how you a podcaster and you don't know what actually happened when someone tried the manual elevator? And second of all, when you get a hook from the serial killer and you are close to the sea, you throw the hook into the sea because you clearly don't know how to use it, or else you won't be fucking running in the first place. At B tier list, we have Joe Goldberg. Joe Goldberg is not like the rest in this story. He is actually calculated and takes his time to know his victims, where they live, their timeline, and their schedule. This makes a very good serial killer because now when he's going to strike, he's going to strike at the right time, at the right way. Also, his obsession with his victims is also his weak point. His quote-unquote love is also his weakest link of the bunch. But overall, he's a very good serial killer, but not compared to all the people that are above him. Moving up a little, at the same tier list, we have Ghostface from the movie Scream. I'm going to rank the two original serial killers, Billy Loomis and Stu. Billy Loomis could actually be a really good serial killer if he didn't just have Stu on his ear all the time. That guy knows how to calculate, and well, his flaws is actually the same thing as Joe, which is just his obsession with love. If he just turned off his love factor, he could actually be one of the really good serial killers in this list. But apart from that, well, he's a good serial killer, but overall, his obsession with love makes him weak. I mean, they are calculated, they keep the police guessing, but at the same time, guessing, eventually they will guess right, and you don't want that. At the same tier list, we also have Steve from Fresh. Steve is a serial killer cannibal who sells his meat in the dark web. He also has a bunch of customers who apparently buy from him and order. Mostly his customers like women, and he quote unquote says it literally in the movie that women are easier to catch. In the real world sense, I could see Steve having a really long career, like I'm talking 10 years or 11, because he does not just stalk his victims. He picks at random bars and he moves states, which makes it really hard to guess when he's going to strike and who is going to strike. So the randomness is he's going to keep his killing spree a little bit longer than expected, because if he does not add the stalking factor of in his killing, he's going to pick a random person and it's probably going to be an army veteran, which is not good for Joe. Well, he's a doctor but not really good in combat, so picking up an army veteran would literally fuck him. Starting off at A list, now we have literal demons. These people are almost impossible to catch, but I made an exception, and you will understand why I made the exception. Starting off the A list, we are going to put Anton Chigurh. Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. You see, what makes Anton Chigurh actually a really dangerous serial killer is the fact that you don't even know what you will do if you actually met him in real life. The fact that when he kills, he actually disassociates himself with his killings by the famous coin toss scene, which in his own twisted way, he believes that when you choose, that makes the choice for you, and he's not even a part of the choosing process. It's either it lands on tails or heads, and then after that, the rest is history. That helps him justify his killings, and he does it a lot. The coin does not really matter, as we see at the end of the movie. Even if you get it right, he will still kill you if he feels like he has to kill you, not he has to kill you. At the same tier list, we have Dexter Morgan. Dexter Morgan is different from the other serial killer. At least he believes he is different, because he does not just kill, he kills with a purpose. He believes he kills people who are worth killing. Throughout the series, we also see that he believes that he has a moral code which he abides to. Dexter is not just a small serial killer whereby you catch him. It's about you could catch him, but what the fuck are you going to do after you catch him? Because he does not think he is invisible, but you will chase. And throughout the chase scenes, you can see that Dexter is not shy of killing innocent people to keep himself clean. At the new installation, we also see that this keeping himself clean also kinda hunts him down, and which also causes his death. At the final tier list, now we have literal gods in human form. These are manipulators, gaslighters. Hell, they know every manipulation technique in the book. Starting off the list with Johann Gilbert from the Monster animation, which was released in the year 2005. You see, Johann is a product of true nihilism. What actual nihilism gets you, and what the society would look like if you actually abided to the rules of nihilism. They believe that nothing has meaning. Johan does not have to pick up a knife and chase you, or even have a gun at his hand. All he needs is to get this close to your ear, and the rest is history. Johan is not even scared of death itself. But Johan actually has a flaw. If you missed it, it's in the famous scene where like a bunch of seeds are on the ground and he picks them up, and he tries to play a little game with his sister of pick and choose, where she had to choose whether a hand had a seed or not. In his own understanding of the human psychology, he believes that if you control the hands, you also control the choices. That's why he always had both seeds at both hands, because he actually believes that only the controller can choose whether there is a win or not. He believes that in full control is the only way to run things. But he also tries to understand these human emotions and how they work while observing his sister and her life. He literally just pretends to be his sister just to cause havoc and to understand these human emotions. unlike Hannibal Lecter from this TV series Hannibal. He's actually a doctor, he's a psychiatrist, which makes him super dangerous because he really understands human emotions, unlike Johann Gilbert, who tries to understand human emotions. Hannibal understands human emotions enough to make them his tool. He actually creates other serial killers. Unlike Johann Gilbert, he does not just want you to kill yourself, he wants you to kill other people, which makes him super dangerous. Words are one of his greatest weapons because we literally see him make people believe that the reality they live in is an illusion, and he makes you believe that everyone around you is, and you are the only one who is sane enough to make the decision of, well, offing off people. He makes you believe that everyone else is capable of murder, which makes him dangerous because he understands human emotions enough to know that they can be weaponized.